it's how you find these players, how you approach, how you give them conditions and help, how you support them, because many times the parents who are not very rich, they just can't support and they can't travel and can't pay that.
So what does that actually look like then in some of these Eastern Bloc countries?
Well, it depends on hunger, on how the children are hungry to give up and sacrifice everything and just go for drill and throw everything to tennis. It's very hard in men's tennis. It's a little bit easier competition in the women's tennis. That's why you see so many coming from there, because men's tennis worldwide is now in so many countries. But it's about how they are raised in the club, what kind of coaches they get, what are the traditions in these countries, and how much the parents help you. So you had the same with Cibulkova, Hantuchova from our country, if I have to name it. They had very good parents and supporting them. And then the national tennis centers in each country, if they support the children and give them the help, then they have produce. If not, look at Romania. If, for example, they had some great players in the past, like Nastase, Tiriac, Ružići, but then it's lack of money, and then the parents go out. You have Andreescu, who is the Grand Slam winner from Romania, but representing Canada. And then you have Raducanu, who is British, again from Romania, because it's not a very rich country, representing Britain, but it's like a Romanian school, so that's why she's unique.
Yeah, I mean, I just think everybody looks in amazement at the Czechs, don't they? And just this amazing production line. I mean, particularly of female talent, but now maybe men as well, you know. So it's incredible, isn't it? And I think every richer country would look at them and kind of wonder how they do it, because certainly in Britain, you know, we spend millions and millions of pounds every year trying to produce players, and we certainly haven't got the strength in depth that the Czechs has, and that does seem to be more of a system. You know, they all come through the Czech system, don't they, rather than going out to other countries.
I give you a great example. You may remember the name Richard Krajicek.
Certainly do.
Of course.
And again, son of Czechoslovakian sports people. Parents were handball players from Prague and Pilsner, but he was born in Rotterdam, representing Holland. And when he won Wimbledon 1996 against the Maliway Washington in the final, I approached him. He did an interview, and he said, you know, Andre, is this. In Holland, when you get players to top 20, good life, good money, and travel, they're happy, but they don't sacrifice a lot, and they don't do more grill. They don't work hard to get there, and I really, really wanted to win the Wimbledon title. So he beat Sampras there, who was unbeatable in Wimbledon, and he took it to the title, and he explained that, what is it? It's the tradition, love of sport, and a great talent in tennis in Czechoslovakia.
So is there a difference in terms of sort of the juniors and just how determined they are from countries where, you know, in Australia, there's a lot of opportunity to do other things with your life, different sports and different ways to make a living. Can you actually say that? Are the kids in, say, Eastern European countries, are they more determined to find a way to be champions?
Looks like. It looks like, yeah.
And then when I say that, I mean, that's a really general sort of comment to make. It's, you know, obviously you look at individuals and that's not the case, but just generally speaking.
Yes, especially these days with social media, with iPhones, with all this entertainment around, but also with the courts. Because when I spoke to Miloslav Mečír, when he was raised and he played, they could play on the courts till evening, till the dark. Now these days, the courts are fully booked per hour. You know, 1 hour this child, 1 hour this, parents, they booked, everybody wants to play. So you can't just take a court and play till darkness. But it was easier before. These days, the schedule is tough. The child's interests are different. The parents, some of them, they are not that rich to support. So it's a lot of factors coming into that. But also it depends on technique and the coaches. So as I mentioned, what is amazing about the Czech and Slovak tennis school is that they do have a lot of shots and a lot of strategy different to the normal school. They do a lot of improvisation, chip and charge, come to the net and do slice. And so they are quite, you could see even with Korda, Sebastian Korda. He's American, but he doesn't play the typical American style. He plays what his father used to play. Radek Stepanek is his coach. So he surprised here quite a lot of players and used his style.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting as well to see if the same dynamics kind of carry on, because